do you have that regret somewhere of letting go of Arya?
Oh no, of course not. Of course not. I think everyone has its own destiny, and every series and show has its own destiny.
Okay, this one.
Oh my God, I don't remember this at all. But I do remember that this was at the time when I think Sunil and me were like the pair, because we'd signed about 4-5 films together, and a lot of our films were hits.
Yeah.
So from Vinashak to Officer After Mohra, I think this was right after Mohra.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had about 5-6 films together at that time. So this was one of those cover shoots, I think. It depends on what kind of a human being you are. And I think if you really go to see whether it is myself, Shilpa, Juhi, Madhuri, Manisha or Neelam, if you go to see, we are constantly commenting on each other's Insta and boosting each other's Instagrams, and Sonali, Gayatri. We all still very much in touch and still very much friends, and we still socialize together.
Hello, Raveena ma'am. Welcome to News 18.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
Very well.
Yes, so have you celebrated the success of Patna Shukla?
Yes, I think we are all sort of having our own little mini celebrations along the way.
Yes.
And I think in another couple of days, we shall be having the official success party, so to speak.
But, see, we know that the response has been overwhelming on social media. I would want to ask you, how has your family reacted? Do they give you honest feedback on your work?
So, both my moms, as in my mom and my mom-in-law, had seen the movie a while ago, like about a couple of months ago already. So, they had loved it then. So, in fact, they're re-watching it now with all the new music background and etc. and the editing. But at that time itself, they really loved it. See, Patna Shukla, honestly, it's a very simple movie. And that is what I loved about it, is its simplicity. So a lot of people have just loved a very simple narrative, and that's what we wanted to stick to. We didn't want, like a few places, some places, a couple of critics' comments I've read, the lawyer, as her being Patna Shukla, she should have had some witty, or she should have had some great comeback lines, But she is not that as a person. Tanvi Shukla is a very simple middle-class housewife,
Right,
who is also a lawyer and is always underestimated, but she's not your top lawyer also who will go give these cocky lines in the court and, be extra overconfident and be smart.
like we usually see on screen.
Like you usually see.
It's
So
become
we
like a
wanted,
prototype.
exactly, it's become a prototype. We wanted to stick to the simplicity of her being a housewife and being a very normal person in court. There was no like great claptraps or comeback points. It was a very simply narrated story of this simple, housewife who is in this situation and how she gets out of it. So I think that is something that has really appealed to people. The fact that it is such a simply said story and so beautifully and poignant,
Yeah.
So that's what matters.
Yeah. Does your husband give you feedback on your work? Is he like a harsh critique?
Oh yes, he did. Unfortunately, he's not on social media, so he doesn't read any of the reviews or anything such. I have to send him snapshots in front of his face for him to see, and then he said, "Damn good, na?" He's saying, but I knew it would be. He's saying, I knew the whole thing, that it's going to be a good one. So I said, okay, chalo, good.
But you still read all reviews.
No, I don't, honestly.
Yeah.
Only the good ones. No, honestly, I really don't, because there are so many now that you don't know whom to keep track on. But a few genuine ones where are really the actual film buffs and they're real film critics.
Right.
There are very few of them. The rest are, just different websites, different, anyone's writing a review at any given point nowadays. But those few important ones whom have been colleagues also from such a long time and stuff, their, somehow their critique, as you can say, really matters, because they've been in and around for so long, they've seen different kind of movies, and what they suggest is something that should be taken into consideration. And like I tell people, that if you like it, great, we are happy. If you don't like it, no problem, we'll work harder for the next time. And we'll try to, make up for our mistakes after seeing, okay, that's what went wrong. Then we'll try to not make that mistake again.
This character, the Tanvi, the lawyer, she smashes the patriarchy in her own way.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
simply,
simply
not with
so.
these, I'll take a sword
Absolutely.
and go and smash everyone.
Yeah,
It's
in
a
her
very
own way.
simply told narrative, her strength, how she recognizes her inner strength, and how that strength actually comes to the fore.
I mean, you as an actor, despite your father being in the business, you have had to, carve your own path. Did it take long for you to make filmmakers realize that, hey, take me seriously?
Actually, not. I mean, I think I was one of those lucky ones that, the day I said yes to movies, I actually signed movies right, left, and center. The kind of movies that I wanted to do and the kind of realistic cinema that I wanted to do, there it took me a little bit of struggle to reach to. Because I had, luckily for me again, that I'm fortunate, so many commercial releases behind me and commercial hits behind me, commercial hit songs, comedy movies, masala entertainers behind me, that everyone had this impression of me being, only a commercially viable hit actress,
Like a
not
glam actress.
a glam actress,
Yeah.
that it's all about the glamour. And that's when, it took me time to kind of step back, remold, reposition myself in the industry, that okay, if I've done this, I can do this as well. And that's when intentionally I started doing a lot of roles that were completely offbeat.
Tell me honestly, today we see, of course, our Shah Rukh Khans and our Salman Khan, still, there are mainstream female actors acting opposite them. Let's say a Patna Shukla, for instance, you are the protagonist. Do you think it can get difficult for, let's say, a more established male star, to be cast opposite you as your husband? Do you think that ego comes into play sometimes?
It's not the matter of ego. I don't think so.
On their part, I'm saying.
Yeah,
not
on their
yours.
part. I don't think it's a matter of ego. I mean, today, even if I am offered a certain film and if someone else is headlining it, and if my character doesn't have that kind of strength where I would do a role which, or even a scene which would stand out or make, give me the opportunity to show my prowess as an actor, even I wouldn't do it. So you see, when you know that there's a protagonist, it could be A, B, or C who's doing it, and it's her film or it's his film, and you actually have not much to do except support. Even you might not do it. Every actor is greedy. Every actor wants to do the kind of roles which gives them that one opportunity to, steamroll ahead. In fact, I think with Patna Shukla, it would have been very difficult for us to get anyone. Luckily, Manav is such a dear friend of mine and Arbaz's, and they were working together, that it was almost he's done us a favor by doing this role. Playing the husband, that silent, sweet husband.
Yeah.
So we're all very thankful to him for agreeing to do this like as a friendly appearance, literally. So otherwise, for anyone who's like an established actor,
Right.
who's already headlining or main, like Manav is already headlining his own show, Tanav.
Right.
It's sweet of him to even, do this in a friendly thing. So that's how we got him to do this.
Why I said this primarily is because it stems from the fact that I think women somewhere still are okay, or are made to feel okay with the fact that, okay, you are playing, let's say, X star's wife or girlfriend in the film. I think, for men to reach there, I think it takes some bit of restraint, I think, is still there. Don't you agree?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It all depends on the duration of the role and what, I mean, like I'm telling you, even if it was offered to me, if you'd reverse the roles and I would be a hero and I was offered a film to do with a female protagonist,
Right.
where I didn't have much to do or didn't have to headline it, when I'm already doing films which I'm headlining, why would I do that?
Sure.
Even as a female actor, I don't think I would, probably want to do which is being headlined by someone else. Most of the shows and films which I'm doing, it's either I'm the, protagonist, or we all have an equal part, mostly.
Yeah.
See, there are all different kind of mediums now. So there are OTT shows, there are OTT films, then there are cinematic, films which are made for the theatre. For example, if I'm doing a commercial film which is, which has a hero and, it's a dance and this and that kind of a thing. Then also it also depends on what character I won't just go and play any character.
Sure.
The character has to have some strength in it. Then I would probably do it, because I think now we've all reached that point. But if I would be a newcomer, like if I was new and I was trying to make my place, and I would readily accept it, because that would give me the opportunity to at least be out there and to get into the system and to be seen.
Yeah.
So it all depends which stage you are at in your career. It's I think a little bit of that is now. You probably asked me the same question 20 years ago. I would have said, yeah, probably that's likely. But not today. Today it's all about, what and how your role is, and because there's all kinds of cinema being made.
How was the Taylor Swift experience?
Oh, it was fantastic. For more than anything else, it was just seeing the joy on my daughter's face and her enjoying herself was made my day. So that is what I enjoy doing maximum, is just watching her have fun.
Did she pull you out of home and told you let's go and watch it, or?
No, she'd been wanting to do her this Taylor Swift concert for a long time, but then she had her 12 boards. So then I told her, okay, after the boards. Then it became, okay, after your film gets over. Then it was like the rightest opportunity, and it was just in the neighborhood in Singapore. I said, let's go. Then this won't happen again.
Lovely.
Yeah.
When you start your career, I think, we have spoken about it actually in the past. You had told me last time, that advices are free flowing. Everybody is ready to give you suggestions. Ki ye karo, wo karo. Tell me, which is the most bizarre advice that you have received from somebody?
Bizarre advice is not something that I would remember, because as soon as it comes to me, it's soonly forgotten.
Any weird advice that you were like, what is this?
Yeah, someone just recently told me, but then again, I can't talk about that right now. Everyone waits for their promotion, then all the juicy details have to come out then.
Tell me something.
I'm trying to remember. Honestly, I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm trying to think any wrong advice that someone gave me. It's not something that'll come to me. It's not coming to me fast. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't remember.
That's okay. Okay, what are we going to see you in next?
Well, there's a very interesting project I've signed with Excel, produced by Ritesh and Farhan. That again will be announced soon in the coming days. There's, of course, Welcome 3, like you mentioned. There's a film that I did with Sanju, which is a comedy again. I think it will probably release in June. And that's about it so far. And then the next, whatever the announcements will be made, is what I'm going to sign now.
I have been asked by some of your fans to ask you, what is happening when is Aranyak happening again?
Okay, that is a good question. That's something even I want to know. But so far, last I heard is they've liked a story and they're trying to, work around that. And that's what I heard last. Honestly, even my guess is as good as yours. So I wish that would, because it was such an interesting, gripping series. Let's see.
Game changer. It was.
It was quite a game changer. Yeah, it was different.
Right. You had posted this picture, I remember, from I think one of the Diwali parties last year, and people were like, oh, we did not know Sushmita Sen and Raveena Tandon are such great friends. That a few comments, said that. Tell me, do you think, now forget all the perception that is around, just solely as a human being, it's easy to sustain friendships in the industry?
Of course it is. Of course it is. It depends on what kind of a human being you are. And I think if you really go to see whether it is myself, Shilpa, Juhi, Madhuri, Manisha or Neelam, if you go to see, we are constantly commenting on each other's Insta and boosting each other's Instagrams, and Sonali, Gayatri. We all still very much in touch and still very much friends, and we still socialize together. So it's not that it cannot be. I think those kind of jealousies and all come out of insecurities of some people. So if you go to see, that batch is still very much friendly with each other.
Yeah. So do you have that regret somewhere of letting go of Arya?
Oh no, of course not. Of course not. I think everyone has its own destiny, and every series and show has its own destiny.
Yeah, okay. You know what I've done now is I've picked up some old photo shoots of yours
Okay.
that still makes rounds on social media from time to time.
Oh God.
No,
I
but
don't
these
want
are
to
like
see those.
nice, good pictures.
Okay.
And I just want you to tell me like a one-liner, two-liner story behind them, if you
Okay.
remember.
Okay.
Let's see how much you remember. Okay, this one.
Oh my God, I don't remember this at all. But I do remember that this was at the time when I think Sunil and me were like the pair, because we'd signed about 4-5 films together, and a lot of our films were hits.
Yeah.
So from Vinashak to Officer After Mohra, I think this was right after Mohra.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had about 5-6 films together at that time. So this was one of those cover shoots, I think.
Wow. All right. This you look very, very different. I couldn't recognize you.
Yeah, I don't remember the shoot, but again, this is one of those experimental phases in those
Yeah.
days with silver jewelry and with just wearing a nice tee. So I think fashion-wise, it was always a little step ahead from what normally people were doing.
Absolutely. That is true. This is such a nice picture. Of
Okay,
you and
this
Saif.
has a story behind it.
Okay.
So Saif and me were shooting in Andheri, Versova somewhere, and right at the end of Versova, there's that village, that Kohli's village.
Yeah.
So there was a fair going on, and there were these typical photo booths, those olden types where they had the moon and you'd put your child there and shoot and all. So Saif and me said, "Chal, let's go in," because we were shooting in and around there. We said, let's go in and click our own pictures. So this is one of that booth picture that we've done. We have both gone and sat there like that. We were shooting for Imtihan.
Oh, like a Mela picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was not a professionally shot. This actually one of the Mela guys has shot that and given us that instant picture.
Such a nice picture, no? Okay, this was the last one. With Shah Rukh.
This is during Zamana Deewana. This is during the shoot. It's a photo shoot still.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, one last thing we are going to do with you. Again, we are going to make you walk down the memory lane. We are going to test how well you remember your own films.
Oh, God.
This is the Raveena Tandon quiz, filmography quiz.
Done.
Let's see how well you remember.
Done.
Number 1. Tell me 2 releases that you had in 1996.
Gosh. Salakhe?
No.
No. Okay.
One
Ziddi?
of them is like a franchise, a very popular franchise. It became eventually.
I don't remember doing it.
Acha, tell me one. 1996 ka ek release you tell.
Those years just flew by. One doesn't remember what you did. Give me a clue. Became a franchise. Andaz apna apna.
No.
Which will
that is
become
not-
I don't know.
Abhi tak to nahi hua.
Even I don't know.
So one
Maybe
is
the picture franchise ban gayi.
this action film. What am I doing? One is your Vijeta.
Okay.
I'm saying the answers now. And
Okay.
then is Khiladiyon ka Khiladi.
Oh, but yeah. Okay, but that was not like a franchise
Yeah, but
because it
Khiladi
was
films went on to be made, na?
Yeah. Those that's true. That's true.
Okay, next one, let's see if you remember. Now, this information is not widely available on the internet, so let's see if you remember. What was the name of your character in Bombay Velvet? See, the tough one I picked up.
I don't even remember that film. Forget my role. It's like Bombay Velvet is my film, really.
No?
No.
No, it was Dahlia, apparently.
Dahlia, yes. Oh my God, how did I forget that they'd given me the CD also with Dahlia's songs?
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, Dahlia.
All right. Ajay Devgan's Suhag clashed with this film of yours in 1994. Which film was it? Which film? Suhag clashed with which Raveena
Mohra?
Tandon film? No.
Ziddi?
Now, this was a film that became a cult classic.
Became a cult classic. Andaz apna
Yes.
apna. Okay.
So, this was 4th November 1994.
Wow. Okay, even I don't remember.
Okay. Which film of yours became the first Hindi film to be shot in Ramoji?
Gharwali Bharwali.
Nahi.
Then?
Now, this film is currently in news. The title of this film.
Bade Miyan Chote Miyan. That was the first
Yeah.
one.
The first Hindi film to be shot in Ramoji.
Oh, I didn't know that. I always
Yeah.
thought it was Gharwali Bharwali was Ramanaidu Studios. Yeah. True.
Okay, last one. Okay,
that I
one-
didn't even know then. Forget knowing now. I didn't
See,
even know
we did our
then.
research well.
And how?
Yeah.
Nobody knows this. I don't think anyone of the crew of Bade Miyan knows this.
One song of yours that was used in 2 films and you only danced in those numbers.
Yeah, Shair Ki Ladki.
Yes. Can you tell me which are the films?
Which other films?
Which are the films? Sheher Ki Ladki featured in 2 films.
Oh, which
right?
are the films?
The OG
Honda's
one
film.
and then the recreation.
What was that film? Honda's film.
एक बोल दो.
Second तो वीडियो था ना खालिद बादशाह का.
फिल्म थी, फिल्म में यूज किया गया था.
फिल्म में था.
चलो, I'll give you. The first one was Rakshak and
Rakshak,
then
correct.
it was Khandani Shafakhana.
Oh, okay.
Now, so you fared very badly in this.
I have failed totally. I'm sorry on my own test.
No, but this was fun.
Yes,
We
it
hope
was.
that
It was
you-
interesting.
It was interesting. Chalo, at least we did good research.
Yes.
But thank you so much for being a sport.
My
and,
pleasure.
Calling us to your home again.
Thank
And
you.
looking forward to everything that you have
Very
to-
soon.
Yes.
Very soon again. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Raveena Tandon and you are watching me on News 18.